Nyankopon ayadum ama enia Steve Namoa, Dr. Steve Namoa. Something qualify no. His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Ghana. Wahwe ama enia say onkobua ewo trade and industry say Deputy Minister. Na nyame adum ono nso ewo fie habi. Yema abusuafo amutie nyina nso adwo. Nyankopon asese ode bae na ode abedunye bedi nkomo kakra. Yebre no kopa ne nso mumfa enche yen. Ora sika akwaba. Boko de.
Nyankopon adum.
Okay.
Ofri Ghana na obeto awonu misaya na wa.
Awonu nyizi.
Nyankopon cry.
Ma yensha ye mfamfiri ho ohwe Africa. Ni titiri ne Ghana. The weather na ohwe haidie num ne ade a. Difference ni say.
So the obi ense
Turuma matwa. Okay.
Say me dear nyame adum nya kwanya ba ha from 97 no.
Yeah.
From 97 na be si be 2005 am ba school ha no. And then say every year, almost every year, apart from election year 2000.
Okay.
Now me about twice a year.
Okay.
Into I wanted there, maybe I take me a check. And the crowd there, can you a train station na a bus station a delay. Now winter time power soon summer. I say uniaso. I say do ako operation room we be surgery. It at the end they have fire on papa na my head maso since we car wash na.
Okay.
And on Saturday and we frost. Okay. And also putting bomb at the day and we base 60 pounds and we. And also loan say yes, you've worked for the money.
Okay.
Me used to it that so that's why you okay kakra but that's you still want to go to Ghana these days. Okay. But I Ghana they are with that so
how you did to
now one man chia in shares of
okay
trade ministry shares of so e bi no abusuan for e bi no so tete hampo eja omwan people akopia anka so oba e kra wan chia
we did him
chia Ghana for what hanyina any other parts of Europe or mutie titu shares of
okay.
And I'm chair Manchester for.
Okay.
In fact, I had a wonderful time there. Manchester Union, Ghanaian Union. I was a guest speaker there.
Okay.
I'm a special guest now. They are well organized. In fact, I'm a tutu kind. My co-places. Well, when I realized the cohesion they have, wonderful. The next day, so me had my dom. Ishra mame call Pentecost for or more convention.
Okay.
Last day no mame platform so I'm sorry I'm say share people cool so to Manchester in fact maybe I can never bring person but now me person ba.
Okay.
But now I am here so you will be ba na wo nsunya interest say be on kono mame ho.
Okay.
They say me feel but Manchester for they are wonderful people.
But me gidi say nkomo aye be die ni nyina no dodo no ano ebe ye Ghana ene bebia ya besra wo mu yi. Said the air no to echo na wode to aman mpanimfo ma akọ mo anim ho a ene wohwe mfie ben sensia ebe ya His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ene MPP so Ghana konwam a ya ba yanim na se wode to ho a ene ma hodo ben na wonom a enya kwan kofie de ba mebusa sasemi eno amni alatani abranti bi hia na o se oko Ghana na free Nigeria na odru Ghana na onkra in fact okoye nenkrata e Nigeria otitiru yellow fever card na bi na oji wo Nigeria na enye original in fact no aka kirem se ops ka na ma omo na omode ema no we si kutuka no omo hwe ade no omo say fake nti won kona onkonko ye foforo dia ma wo kana ye no wanwa se o si kutuka no onkonko ye foforo no koye na was a 50 pound again no person of open here. I guess no, you can't do that to our Nigeria. You can't do that. Ya kwa nim. E dia na asesa within 6 years yeah so de to amaya kese o makọ mo anim no won ma nyan kofie no be fia dia na yefoforo a nipa no be fia obehu se mfie nsiani a His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo MPP aban be so Ghana konwam no we bi bibi so nko a wo mo edi aba.
Yo, the Edin Kano, I was say, Ghana 40, Ghana for no mutia na BTB. I see. See if you tip a copper cop, and you're my papa now. Because say, oh, and Ghana for soon, yes, a Ghana, yeah, Ghana, yeah, 1 2 for Trogu, and also do any mean Phoebe. Yeah, I mean, yes, rap for my no candy, no bomb, what 100%. I'm saying, we are seeing us say, I had day, I'm a Biaka Ghana, and yes, here we too. We are seeing her. Men far a hand to UK home, a hand to Ghana home. I had ye, Sabi, Omo, Abomu Brewery. Aha, Omo democracy no, it's about 500 years. Yen 100 years. In fact, Ghana, Yahonchriania, it depending on IMF and World Bank. Kurakesia, almost saw IMF and World Bank as a basic assembly, my Yasubi UK come. Nti amaya kese no men kase ya de Ghana to have it's a higher structured economy. Okay, we say oh ekra hade high different sabi ya da halfwo ya kase ya da obi a ya niema bebre na ha nye free na hampa ya da wo mu no enne omukiro mo me ba nansem we abaye short course on debt exchange nti na me tie BBC ni ade say BBC bo ameboa say enfie aduanan wotwini 46 years aduanan ni niam abo
48
aduanan sia so
okay 46
ni atosu biem tema mo sam catch us from 97 na nam taba ma ye adwo baby bebre na masa ko school ha me hu emretua bi mu a obaka se bia within time space of about 3 months with them ahokra 6 months. Nurses, doctors, teachers, railway workers, postmasters, aviation, magistrate court, women in our strike.
Oh, Kuma.
And it is her. In fact, say a co even Sikasem Media Hua, your Cosikasem Media Hua, your friend of post COVID inflationary rate. Ah, a yet Sabi. And Pempenso and Yamabo Ecosro after COVID now. A bro or Hamun Chichimu a house, in fact, bear or Hamun Chichimudia Nampu. And son of COVID, area neighbor, Russia won't be ban. Nah, and Pempenso and Yamabo Cosro, a Hamun Chichimu Bako, a chill ponson C9 1.74. In fact, a Koya could do or Hamun Chichimu, a Dubako, a chill pobako. 11.1. 11.1. But what the mechanism? Another percentage increase or how much in Chichimuno about 400%. How UK na make na yene ya toy near Madodo na a free ha. Ye near Madodo na ye two free ha. Ye near Madodo na ye free ha. Woman that far no the fat ship and a plane. And some moment to tax. And some are also up and fasoka cra. So. It is a hampo I say dear and in a Ghana to say. In fact, Medema and see Hanama Tuaso Ghana Niamano. And Mretia Wanumuna Sadi and Bayano. And near my free Hakwanka item by 2,000 and now $4,000. If you hook up a call $12,000, $14,000. A jump at once.
Okay, free to the containers.
Yes. Okay. And Sana. Obroni besie sikasem so se sahebe ya asem kese maaye ansana fanwo eye petroleum product no so en so kofa asem kese de maaye eti omanu ye di eno da nchen a yenya bibi e friend impaired productivity o Ghana impaired productivity ne say eduru mebi no the whole Ghana ye mo bi atrefi enso na aban to yomuka the whole country.
Yeah.
Sa period no kwa ende ye no ensi hwa ye say okay se mu ye nipa du a enum enko na enum entrefie o ka sa period ni enum boma e be bosome aduonu baako
e di enti na mama pani take his decision
nenke nipa wo be wo ni onim se ye ka wiase nyina wo ma COVID ba ye o me unti manage o mu de ye nipa mu kase Ghana ka ho our percentage was just about 0.6 eti ye boy apaso papa o mampanyi ka asem de bi o se e be sika asem hyehye de e se kura na yetimi sa peja e ma ni be yeyi na enipa hu a untimi nwane no okay
eti
botane si eni so no e ma 18 years had in fact ye kwa mra na ya hyehyɛ ne Ghana no me di si wi a me ka ne ma papa ya no nko ba me establish me ambo na the basis o hwa ye fa bi PFM Act, Public Financial Management Act, eno ne mra e hye ye nko ya fa so yusu ye sika ne ye nyema oman no e ho hyehyɛ ye o he sa act no 2016 Act 921 Section 8 na o stated 3 conditions a esia ready to say procurement no me ne ma no kura no I was say suspended. 1 a war. Okay. 2 natural disaster. 3 health epidemic or pandemic. And you see ya kura no enu nti ne anuanom NDC for raise your parliament and a COVID sika ya go through na me nwanwa. Me raise inside your parliament no omu nyina yedi because Emrana edibu o man kran if it be peace time and war time yes o to nyame pabu obenya conversion yes so aka oba na obenya conversion na esoro aka no na o eso o mano sabi o mano o resuscitating kakransa na adnako hospital yes emra say akra ya rofia agi so ko hu ebusia panyi no aka safa no ko obewu. So that was the pragmatic decision of the government of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, the MPP government. Iti nipa emu kese na emom eka ye na the ma yeka ekọ soro na and be na eka say but mind you UK America and other places home there to GDP move over 100%. Na a global crisis. In fact, you don't compare country to even country. You compare your country to the globe or continental performance to the extent that even the African economy it grew negative 2.02. The world projection in terms of growth was negative 3.03. What you say? Yen you grow 0.4. Na nam say na yen ye adwuma na etifie na obi atifie aban tua e ka no. Aban so what your friend is statutory obligation to say unko adwuma bibi asi na unko adwuma unya hwe because yare aba ma me gufie nyina akọ adwuma nyina tifie o ma bedidi o mu yare a obehwe o mu obeso light obenum suo nti na aban yesa osa de ka utuatua bi interest payment enti na aban no so aban bia soro no matter where your country is either say obobosia ana agege to okuru productivity na nkoso market na esizi ye no e ma ni ntimi nyigi sika wi kurum kese e ma yenya revenue shortfall of almost 12 billion.
This is sky the babo e ho bra no kofom
busia sky taxes no 20 eje no e kofom over 12 about 12 billion. Emma ankronkron nyuma wo Ghana no omu yi nipa over 40,000 prima duana ya chi enti de friend pay and the friend corporate taxes ni nyina kofom enti o man productivity e can be uncontrollable factor eye ade a untimi fam bo manager ana o bibi so boso na aye yeti asesi enyame mpam wo na atenrento bi kese to na nsuo bi be yiri fa ha nyina na dan nyina abubu a na bi abufri ha kosi bi a Manchester wo say you see now we no ya akwadwo ye nyane sa it because of that situation no your economy na enyiri ene yintimi so nya taxes nye kese but na o say aban so o hye bi eno ntini abobosia itina ama economy na ya na wo from denominator and abosia na wo na wo so numerator different debt to GDP eti debt to GDP no o GDP no enyini what you say GDP no na enyini ejina faako aisa ko shoko achi akora na o bobosia ma akora ne didi eti bosia na ekosoro basika no enyini and that's why debt to GDP went up and until solution I was say aban wo solution I was say aban wo man we are saying yamebua me sure say some are professors some are doctors oh kroma mebua omo meka me amfre neutral people to speak what I'm saying omo bia no say oda to GDP kosura their friend of fiscal space kwa wunya sika mpuntu nwuma no na chese say ebasa ade ba ko betima ye kese edikan say obe increase o domestic revenue generation say ukuro no beje to bebre na kana bosa wo bono so say ne be ya sa da to GDP no wo be restore na ayeye na ye hweye no na MPP abanya nse ye no na ye hu say abẹ́ for computer ne fẹ́ yi commerce no electronic businesses ne ade no adọ́sùn ẹwọ Ghana abẹ́ bi tuma hwẹ́ ọ ne nko nya toɔ kakra ɛnu nti ne yɛka sɛ kaa yɛ mefo kora kɛyɛ nkɔ nti ɛyɛ ɛtoɔ ho nhyehyɛeɛ sɛ nka ɛtumi paase saa toɔ no a ka ɛbɛnya sika bebree na nka saa short force no ɛtumi ameki ɛne ɛkɛyɛ nkɔ ayɛ mefo
ma menka yɛ ɔmanfoɔ sɛ yɛwɔ Abaawa ne din ɛde Dr. Steve Namoa ɛba sikasɛm nketewa ɛwɔ fam ɛho adesua ɛna wasua ɛna ne nso nyame ayɛ n'adome a ɔyɛ deputy minister ɛwɔ Ghana memedin ɛde yɛ Amofa Boakye mɛmo atoa so deɛ free e-levy ho nsɛm no but asɛm amampani kaeɛ mema remfi mɛkaeɛ o asɛm amampani kaeɛ sɛ yɛwɔ kwan a yɛbɛtumi afa so ayɛ sikasɛm yie na mmom so nipa wo ani kwan a yɛbɛtumi afa so ɛde no aba yɛante ase a na afei sɛ metie wo yɛ deɛ wokae nyinaa no na saa asɛm no ɛna airdrive ne a wokae nyinaa yɛma nkurɔfoɔ nsuo nkanea wonkɔ adwuma yɛtua ɔkanom ne ade saa asɛm no yɛante ase a na wogyiri sɛ yɛante aseɛ
Ghana no ɛtɔ da a menua yɛwɔ ma ɛnte aseɛ no korɛ ɛne yɛwɔ ma ɔmɔte aseɛ ba amanyɔsɛm nti no ɔmɔ nka no korɛ ɛne yɛwɔ ma ɔmɔte aseɛ pa a ɔmɔ nya amanyɔsɛm ba ɛhu nti no ɔkɔka no korɛ ɛbɛka so yɛ MPP a na ɔyɛ NDC these are free things and even said a bit I mean but I just want to say in every society you will a crime and sa you say as some you cannot want
okay
Obuniba said 3 ways you distorted public information one intellectual dishonesty so be ha only woman what you are say but because one more catch woman tiasi no or dance
okay
and you what your friend unconscious incompetence
okay
and no only the only person onim any woman only more person atene ti asem won ti ase kura na okabi eno se friend display of ego trips
okay
eno na akoso Ghana and social media no be a giant no aka asem ni hu ama yenuanom kro wa na to do tie ofi se Ghana there say the butu na so ntisa these are the problems but coming back to my issue yeah see the sa taxes ni nyina eba sani eba ya yesika sem na ato ajeje mu
aye be fair no sikasem a odi hu ade boy ho bra
on say the UK ha bibi te say dividend tax shield sa de na obi a wo dividend wo shareholder tax you know say 1 million abaya you know half go and check bibi te say capital expenditure say we spend on capital nearma ebi infrastructure nearma bi adwuma machines any ade na ke 1 million abaya and half into ene ama and for our benefit, about to send this because government needs money. So all over the world you do that. But MPP are buying training. So all the two other carbon tears, so the parliament near approve. And I'm saying me and this year got to a banner 137 plus 1. And one tree assessor so one period now.
Yeah, my 11, you know.
And almost say Ghana for Juna. I said, no, this of ever room. No, be a catch your software where you didn't your background one pair who nearly pass any empty. I feel about platforms will be preach will be as woman. The time that the ye value, ye levy, we're able to pass that in parliament, you know, not a losing the patronage. Intermediate Jessica. And we see investors no here Africa, Coronia there, you know. And the boy want you now COVID buy here. On money tax in Timmy Grubia say, you have to commit my pass in say going for it, woman security omoka. Omo Timmy dear, now dear na successful dear. And any investors you lose confidence in Ghana. And the man investors confidence call. And no call for man, na ye Timmy access international market. Me when I saw your import bills. You can import bills are if be a secure man and any man or say I buy a performing me over $10 billion. And one of rating agencies fish and only more down rate and downgrade yen and ya how you know into downgrade any intimate international market. I feel not a buying so intimate in a position to pay Bosia business a bond near them. ABS Jamaica, Uruguay, ABS Greece, even UK and they had a situation like that. And they all had to do that replacement. And to almost take Ghana, yes, and same way, hey, would you also hear NDC, MPP, or your software? So, what is some finance and economy? I see it now, so you're very honest with me. So, my boy, the catcher of never a Bible bomb, and I'll go right. What I say, the only thing I can afford come to my son say. And you be an MPP are buying, you what your friend resilience policy be.
Okay.
But you said, and the economy here. When she said, "No, I say, how do you manage your? How do you manage the fiscal space? What put to new money? We see some tax. I would know because you need to manage the calibration of it. What I say, your revenue generation and then your expenditure controls in here. The Ebisufi West stages was system which from 40 years down the line, Africa, you have a lot of West stages, which is a fact. But what the way you know to China? Adi a man Wohunusen and Abaawa on who you can say, or how can see way in your Papa, and Puntunuma, Nanado Abaawa, a big craft will say, no so come about infrastructure development. No, some other time, EMPP in America. Even when it comes to roads, your urban roads, your
feeder
roads, near what highway. If you put them together, now those 4 years, into about 5th year and 6th year, why over 11,000 kilometers? The iron juma, the iron repair, the iron for boom. It's about 5,000 something more than NDC's 8 years. It been serious in that. You know the interchanges. Interchanges bear 4 as a 5 way. Okay, whole car. NDC there back difference. Meanwhile, here interchanger. It been see Ghana, the Africa crime say bear 40 year. Abrosan to also 9. What they are not in China between in Sangwon and Yapeja. So what half a crown so I'm an acadi 20 minutes. Maybe consequence in Shia so. You have about 26 communities. A move 16 to 19 there. Aggressively, quite across one answer. Constituency is a what Ghana will be a man ambulance about.
Yes.
And the CCTV a chair from free. A cover the whole. Oh, cook, baby. What they are not at in China. These are Shanty region. Judges, residential here, why you go and check. So about infrastructure project, school, there we see. Yes, me too menu. Men can say NDC and Yebida. But all compared to now, until fan to play.
Maminti we yase, a basika sem, unim sika sem honshi. Adentina or how dear Tisaba. Then so not still a man penny expended. You see a dying year quite.
And also yet one tenor and Crawford the boy a chicakra. A man penny, Nabote is seen in so pane say. And Yama me look and listening so. Or person left Ghana, Emma Bears a developed economy.
Okay.
Now, over move on my Amanako Enima. Idea boa long-term economic growth and sustainability. One of them is infrastructure.
Okay.
Development. Okay. Where comes within the body framework of productivity. Because the long-term economic growth and stability and the attainment, the function of it is near to productivity and labor force. And productivity, one of the key factors. Development, like infrastructure development. It's not any so. And why I not just say, or per se, any baby, you're being industrializing or minor. Not and Crawford, and you're my acting in a man, you see the Crawford, Jumaniano, who industrialize or minor. Minister, I'm about your bay, you can. Papa, who freely form a street idea, we said, you want to start tonight? You want to start tonight? Almost spot a shop will be another anymore. Yani packaging, cleaning. Obia unko school rabenya adwuma because value chain no ebia obia kotutu ne niam afiri akurase wadi aba factory ne be hyehye won be produce bibi ye be label ye be paper ho ye wi be clean ho ye be clean kitchen ye bi beton ye be ko shop it is an be create sustainable and na do esi nani so and who say ye fe be perform functions of performance e ka functions of performance are 3 things. 1 ability 2 opportunity, 3 motivation, ability. They say, "What you are doing, we are here." So winning, there, ultimately. What you are making us? Yeah, by being a driver, you buy you. Say driver, no, only need dear the car, where do you car? But oh, in dear a car, na car ni be you are over the watch and no opportunity. Now you put a car, you know. Yeah, young one, you may be more scale of performance when you're GI, I want to make money. So now I do okay, yeah, but yeah, 1 district, 1 factory. I was seeing young crew winning dear for. Now when you are growing in for education and you mean free school. Now ohini baby and traffic because you realize say you regression analysis, time series analysis, time series and regression analysis events over the years times sa e cosine. Say bia for being febe do nini emere kono particular event we an idea we send sesa any who say average about 100,000 young people at every year until we are building up a lot of liabilities and chrome school. Now that is no matter what member chronicle school and I was one of the key pro-poor policies and another to me I cost you a but nanka 100,000 crab traffic any day I am crying be brave in Kase ya be krebisu on crying na be fail we have first 2 exams within 10 years we're the best over checking results so me boy I feel also on crying to questions in my home to questions way exams leakage enya the papa but me cry me course secondary school about 20 years ago 20 years ago I go 30 years maybe on me Kase ye so Nanado realized that industrialization infrastructure education pro-poor. But when you say about pro-poor policy now, and a chere with economic management strength, because about infrastructure, acquiring hospitals, new schools, and this EIAB, with my recruiter, mostly a Bobosian idea. Opa ko check it. About 98% Bobosian. But about pro-poor now, Obroni friend social intervention and our redistribution policies. Says a here for and we any biano. And no, about 97%. And the process from how you manage your economy. It one manage you see same ye any excess on timinye obi enu obama abosiansa fa yes ade no so I check here e bi atoda wo ya no nya grant kakra as support because of ohia na wumu no but what check here NDC mum socialist party the socialist and a social democrat they don't depend on private sector omu ye here for nhye no dipadodo maye we here free omu nkaye. In economics, they adopt their friend of contractional fiscal policies. Omo taxes be break. No, sorry, omo taxes be break. Now come a free school, free that, set there from communists never socialists never ni. Umu to the make answer. Etoria nanado buy 2017. Atuo air taxes. I will if you ho entirely and our so items no na makumako 17 and we yi condom taxes na sani obekaya real estate banking financial service okani nyina and it was the basics be buy between 2014 and 2016 NDC are buying taxes we increase here and on the beka hunni na 26 because one policies only socialist and come here no na come dey say sika no hey free one so my be that. Yes, or more. Show me one pro-poor policy of national character and tenacity in this area. Because we can manage the economy, no. They cannot. It will be two parties in me, maybe America, it be a two in Nanya, or the Infanisa, Babaku, yes, and Baco. And the dear, just a woman's room, I mean, Opa, the attempt will we say that people on social media, or Baby do attempt, I can't in here. We a young man, now the awful say. Over social media, I will dear them and a chair who soon know mine because you're tete. Maybe to meet him got radio so sabi any do my penny my amatem. I am young colonel. How dare me? If you man no crack or panam go mistake a baby. Meaning what I see the way I tete, you won't need penny at them. At him the dear cry where titi ye, our papa no mammy share ye, Satan will cry one nama, or be by me great to me. Yeah, that sense of community, no, what we near do no. On travel radio soon could didi or man paying Mahama nado and I will be at them. I don't support that. Hey, I don't training in there. My candy mean no what can be what proving me wrong. Maybe be an also maybe that's how you build a country. You build a country out of freedom of speech in a constructive manner, not in an insolent manner.
Or share developing country to say Ghana. A dear na Sabain be was no to me the go a a many pano cancer, a bino yadi. The mammy was asking we know.
That is developing economy.
And they what when if ya didn't inquire or Ghana and Kawhesa was about to me.
Oh, me dear, to be honest with you, I think wastage in our system. Okay. Whether government A or B, a be a me nine penny, but I think say near be brave. I will say a share. So Nancy Amekoka, not a personality profile or the great interviews are Joy FM program. Now, I say, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm a finance minister. Make us a finance minister, yeah, will be here, but also other ways. Yeah, say a decision making process, your alternatives. A be a person, a cussy, any for some cussy, a cracker. Coming will be what you are buying. if you be a kabosume ye obetua rent
e be a person
obi abetua
base rate ye pagem also say that be we pay base rate mo
obi abetua
carbon inflation
obetua obi a no ye one bibi te say Central Bank of Ghana consistently increasing policy rate against the inflationary rate a strategic drift. You can say be a strategic drifter. Oh, your strategy to attain certain thing. Oh, yeah, she be a person who didn't but because and she share no, it be a intra no. Now, I didn't create West. I just all buy now so money painkiller, but be a pay and pass out painkiller, but it's our painkiller now the man. I mean, I really can say because inflation costs you either increase interest rate or reduce it depending on the cost of it. If it be cost push, so it's a cost push say from suppliers end. Into say increasing interest rate, but a demand pool say in Kofunya circulation of money, so you increase no withdraw scan about buying chairs, no stabilize the economy. But many Bank of Ghana for only a banter a number of times on join any other place. Now first, I say oh exchange rate that couldn't solve it. Then actually almost oh Senka ebia o man take his decision now and can be crack inflation never cost no certain inflation here 15.7 but then inflation could do 50%. So the question is data bang because in finance and economy wouldn't mean you should just
as I say because I'm say current one there 48 I drop.
Oh yes, say from 50 something about 48 but it was 15 in fact near 12 something about 7 inflation was 7 for a long time and that is why I said if it's not COVID any war now and cannot another bind it because now or set a lot of records. Look, deficit was 5% for 3 years, not 40 years in Yebida. Lending rate, Oko Bank of Bobosia, almost 40%, about 20. Policy rate, a binary interest rate was about 25.5, a Bayabe do 12.5 the same period. Treasury bills what timber form from about 22.4 within the same period, now they do about 12 or 11. Reserve, I could do about 4 months, almost 3 weeks. Things were really going on well. Aside even the pro-poor policies. And a fofian to attack. But what you say? Now, you're intimate, and many public brave and who community. What the Obako was you. And this is what people want to talk about. There is hardship in Ghana, it's true. But in spite of all these difficulties, now those government, would they check the roads? And the railway crime, me pamacho. Opia will be free. You can be asked one day. You find them cover railway crime and then another year. They unprecedented. Some of what me crime in the year. Omuncha coaches in Entoso. If you are clear, Volta region. That's short distance. Over crossing about 3 stations or barrier or bridges. I mean, very well elaborated. Some of what Africa okay. Some trackers MVP about can say your trophy. Mini evidence with court and idiot. But okay, secretary you are now we are secretary but I think say they too much. And yet party and now buy because a lot of institutions, even Mr. Account, Nananumpu, and as I said, obitin to many per 5. Sabe, Yakoyan software. They be no more meaning. Sabe, Kananka, chief imam. So, not chief imam, oh, I'm sorry, imam, or chief imam, your organ to know or your broso. Okay. What I say, I say, we are Roman father or Penino on yes, sir. Babene Bia, Sinibi, and now imams in Ketwanibi. What they are not trying to say, businessmen or police for even judiciary. It's corruption a problem in Africa. A lot of outlays, expenditures, necessary core productive areas and core. It is that area or situation here. But no point of young people are buying. Obeka, I'm on Penny for the Satan UK. Obesa, woman, my accounting near the core and establishing Internal Audit Act. And you made the Catasana Prayer and Financial Administrative Act. And procurement. Sanya Maniama. On the best now the Suba ye and Wabeshamu then cannot. He went ahead to set up Sa Courtly Martiami Judy.
Special prosecution.
Special learning. I do a year and crow for easy Catasha. Send on Penny for Kayadi from Adam Tanya easy. I saw them Cronipa 100 days, Usana, Sika Filter, we were for Bishop Butu. And you easy, sir. I mean into but Eddie. But yana ideas in panting and the will, the readiness and the preparedness and the political will to fighting corruption. When plan one person of fighting corruption or better special prosecution unit or better leading member of the opposition party at all. I told you I mean cause anyone say no matter what
or one party for
exactly send me to way Emma or you cry papa
can
or the car say papa ni afan or change that what you say send me to way me feel say men person me cook it as a me cook krono mati adwumakuo bi ebe fight side na makofa opposition for leading member abetwan. So you realize that the willingness and the preparedness no and because you work am in kabino only we say obi discuss ya no kra say ya no kra ko share fiase makojina court as a principal witness that is why you have 3 arms of government: executive, judiciary and legislative and a legislature. Say judiciary you ma dey na judge say obe postpone oba join cases 1,000 times na nado former president Mahama obie no betuma ye ho hwe into a system no police ni odo ko prosecution body and prosecutor no was oba story no mu ade na be ade anchi na clerk bi akoyifa na to atwena enti man conform mean say na nado's government is not ready to fighting corruption, but in a democracy no or democratic dispensation and you so straightforward sir obi no. You set all the bodies in the world. Who did you find the better? Anybody better? It has something to do with the mindset of Ghanaians. It has something to do with our attitude, our behavioral patterns as a people. Over 40 years, a day in Yakum, Oko Ajuma 4, Oko Famba, 8 a.m., Oko 8 a.m. Well, lunchtime, and you say 1 hour, who did 1 hour? I saw 0.5. Now in between crowd now to social media now working. So even the issue of productivity crowd against the expenditures say emolument yes salaries ni allowances ni adem we are secure again o memu e mu be 60% and over in trade me for ka but you for do was say na adwuma ni enti nyina ya mindset
ko ba anya leadership
anya simple sir. The leadership they talk about could not be only former President Mahama and Nado and now former President Kofuane, it be a late male soma. No. But a highway, there's a leader here. Nado Castle fighting Galam say, you are in Ghana. And Kofuane Krasi, oh, Galam said, Nado Kokan was from Wababe Lusu, was Milusu Amepe. No much change story. No. So I was say, why did I bet to send anyone coffee you are failing? That wasn't the case. Or PS also by fight to Galam say head one. No swan the obey. Or pare a soldier for any police for Galam stop. Said that therefore a pen and ye gadgets any sikani at the tarumachi. Yasi binu medium in evidence. But binu do a uramuha or friend who forest muane with a prayer room no man discussing muntu. And no how can you stop it? Okay, say I am a cry, you need evidence. Evidence in a bell, say the court. A democracy. People should understand this. And it's different from military autocratic rule. It is a depending as a so much here. And you don't get the right witness, the right judicial processes. And you very or prosecution processes. And ultimate trial being say, yeah, chow, and then a court when you have something one day. So it's not as easy the way people talk about it. And some of the stories we are about corruption. Bra, and you know, every year, yes. But every no in chat so. Me and to be living example. The bar muscle. Young cracker put that. Young crack. Oh, man, go fake documents and your story say, your cracker 28 million. I'm from the above front page. They're all fake stories. They're all fake stories. And you say, any scene put that. About crack out and Abaawa is Canada.
That's a no can hold in.
When I say when him send me the bar, when can this come in a transit? Oh, me is a man no all that I'm saying is that some of the stories might be true. But and you have been a trip everybody team a church stories just because and most of the things, let's be honest, MPP opposition obey, and this opposition obey. It's also one of the things I say even here. It is time both MPP and DC, the leading parties in Ghana, be honest with Ghanaians. Now there are common issues to be Ghana for what I say. We have a common stand on this issue.
Not very possible.
Highly possible. Let me say this MPP Ghana for what I say. Fango, yam fanya politics. A true to ya, yam fanya politics. we are Kromu Fiam Fanya politics. We are say, no, we had to me here press conferences, woman. Ghana for better say, same people were banned, name maybe do not so much taxa. And this intimidated this, and this were banned, no, maybe no for some red dress or much taxa. One with me, but some people know her, and this is about fucking Pia, so some woman yard papa. And this in our MPP befa kwa bia so woman this in your papa. And to my for the other oba, woman a do na you, bebeje na nkwa. Na na ma make say we do na you. Your daughter or your son will support the mother because on the son me do again. You are not saying bebeje na nkwa. So as a country, there should be a point of convergence. We should realize that enough of this recycling of this whole issue of political stance.
Many are to us. My uncle and Kakra, we are coming in Woofy and come Woofy, Guinness or more Cromhano, London, Ha, and UK Hano, the Dormo, the Pessomo Betty, only a penny by Champon, a Casa or coming in Sawatia, Semnoa, and they said, a sequel, Buhana, the ambition is a. Yes, in Toko Bisiga now, Minimsa winning. The uncle for 2 for 3. What's a bad one? I mean, Manchester sentiment, okay. And I was only Miss Umai. I mean, I'm in person may display me, go to say your mother can't hate. Yeah. What you say, and I mean, my members may display me intellectual dishonesty. Until I see that, say maybe I'll keep mute. Nami niho, what's a bad number you can. My uncle be story no me read ya, be brain, to say, me kokabia. I may be giving wrong information to people, and information will lead to decision making full of arbitrariness. In conformity, the American, normally a bomb with too much GDP home, a tranamobi a beer, Nama mislead you. It's me coffee and I'm a tea, whom we had the American. Do you think our party no MPP or Moped to trust them on bear to trust them come 2024? Oh, make my car yes or no. Yes or no, because MPP a party, what there is history. Me am a mean too many. The year 2000. You can't hear course northern region any voter and this is strong host. Me can't question. Sometimes me so akra me kotra abedi pale in the year mami fie Khadija. Or the madam is it Khadija? Yes. On original talency. See be see poor year no. The way this possible and yet politics is I know. Dan go twenu nyina obini. Say dan go twenu tete. Tete no those the near siama no. Enye easy. MPP akasa de enke ni sa record but say see it wey dey papa untimi nkasa party A or party B because emaburu no ma ba no be a different yen kan correct. Let's not sit there and say MPP nko na NDC ko ebi a wo nye ebi a menye ebi a former president Mahama nye ebi a Nana nye but chidifo no de untimi NDC ntimi nwuru MPP NPP ntimi nwuru NDC. Okay. Gone are the days ya babuwa ya ni opa ya ni anu NDC for even Kumasi they were beating us 2016 mekai say nya akompre akon kan and obe Kumasi any police ni soldier for bi abe aniema bia omo stop e am robesa entitia na ye nya me kan titie because me be kasa chinchina me see NDC aya me so ye ni pabone. I don't want to come here and lie to the people here. But now afibia to aba abo be 11 mo be tututuo. Me need evidence but na chese ya NDC for. Which it could be false. They make out to say na nkrofo adwanenti kuma se for nsuo so be to aba. 2016 from your reliable information they have planned that. Say nye we can no and oba ho ebe hu police ni soldier for to the extent that they were holding photographs of some of the Nkrofo Akombe this abone no eko gina ejoso ni other places yes o mi hye wo mo beba am so bi mo mo line to o mo ama meaning say they make out was here ebi enkomo baaya ka MPP boys so that misbehave your situation na MPP boys are misbehave am so e preach am NDC boys are misbehave enti na baby e wo no it's not about NDC MPP it's about the young people ebi o mo nyine say wo me they are different. You can't cry. And Kranu Messiso no on trauma Messisino being NDC MPP. But whichever way you can't build a nation based on some of these antisocial behaviors. A nation needs cohesion. A nation needs unity. A nation needs collectivism. It doesn't matter your ideology because we have a common purpose. We want to build a country, not to destroy the country. So I really don't know exactly what Brian said, what had actually necessitated or motivated his statement
or what he shouldn't have said, what NDC had said, because the former President Mahama prior to that, do and die, don't make him go and also become, I said, Brown so become, and a woman for power, mother, whatever context he wanted to maintain, intimate but whichever way, violence is not something we need today.
Doctor,
it is primitive, it is outmoded, it is not in vogue, it's not anything that any civilized society should entertain, especially in Africa, where when it comes to development we are far behind. We are at the bottom of the globe or global league table. We need to build with ideas, constructive ideologies and positive minds, and build a country for all of us.
Mami nso asemi we are seeing Nasika Sama Day. Didn't know you say Ghana from money into the MPP, not the NDC coming to power.
Oh, na say NDC do win team yet.
I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
Boss, a grand can be. Me to me, if you could MPP and yet dear to an expectation. But NDC there, no more na so our trankana. NDC dear yes you dear. NDC. When the NDC come on, or matter so see a baby. Anytime NDC comes and they are living power, go through the NYO. Then about the year 2000, now your debt to GDP 153%, and 80 something to a year. Almost in a woman TV we are seeing down 100. In fact, the year 2000, tell my man for a free so na Ghana car, I think 9.2 billion.
2008.
2000. NDC, Abaji yana omu free so no. Na ye cared 122.3 billion. In terms of percentage increase, na over 1,000% even see that. The year 2000 na any ever near that to GDP about 153%. NDC free so 2000 no more grow your economy na 3.7. Almost free so the year the next time no. That was 2016 no. Near grow 3.4. It was NDC year. They be a kasem no. Almost mean grow even up to the average growth of our country over the years, about 20 years no. Because it should be one more research. It was part of my PhD research. It should be around 5%. NDC has never ever crossed that. Not ever crossed. So we leave power. With the exception of 2011, 12, oil development, infrastructure, and my boom. If you know, the highest growth. Papa, say the future one, sir. Not time I didn't fear no summer obi. If you're not bubuna, me penti fear that, obia crackling, what to be that? Say no, I uncover. Me too, me didn't fear now. If you're not 30 rooms, all the best means, I have 5 rooms. What's me? If you may be crying my rooms, you know, 40 and you want some money. What to be that? No, maybe so. Yanko on her Bible now, or say, talent in the man will no way. Eja, any woman and I may and Saka. One can't change Yanko Posi and go for mammy, and do maybe a do back and say to about 2 Radimamenko. That is not the narrative. That is not the constructive explanation. That is not what people can appraise and say that you've done a yeoman's job. No. NDC, they don't have what it takes to manage the economy. Because winning, only a social democrat, as I explained, about managing the economy to support private sector and grow the private sector, only the social near free, almost intimate into woman. We don't really know economic policy direction. So whether they are capitalistic in nature or they are socialist in nature, Obian himself, pragmatism is where you want to move to the center. MPP who say out of pragmatism, of your pro here for Nema. And this is here in Nema Benway. One also do here for Omama Baku, and one national tenacity. And maybe also my free school, Mimi whole district. Kwabre, me say well different Manchester, Aka, Stokes, Liverpool, this animal in Yabumu, 73 uniforms. Also, we am Papuan and Papuan away. So when it comes to managing the country, they cannot. National health insurance, NDC for free parliament. Also, play. We also start here. I didn't hear. Techima for and then Cransa, Roman Catholic, pilot, NDC Akojabum, because Uncle for a research commanded then His Excellency, may he so rest in former President Wallace. replace cash and carry. Satan car boa. Now my minister will be also a good policy, but economy no minister more. They didn't do it. It took MPP, a government. Free compulsory universal basic education. Constitution year 92 no. Na NDC kata bibi so. Actually, I reviewed that thing. And we made say after 10 years, our constitution say within 10 years of promulgation, you can within that. If you 92, no compare the next 10 years, I see it me. NDC did 8 years, because now economy need to support to free. It took MPP government to implement FQ. Then we came with school feeding. Then we came with free SHS. In 2 years, MPP are buying more than because one of the key indicators it shows the economy and you're being able to manage the excesses to provide things for the poor people in society, because the essence of governance is to bridge poverty gap. I'm not go be baby poverty gap. They say oh your police one share so now me was sikana mo ahode am ko bu ohia ni mpura no to okwa
na me ba security ko nipa bi ato na me to ase nipa bi ato na
ohia ni ba ntra fi obeko school
se wa mo aba
ohia ni ba ko hospital
doctor se wa mo ameba nipa bi ato no ye wo hwe ne se ne ho beto no titiri ne security ne health and the obedie e Ghana san ye na yete sen wo
oh na san ye wo hobi insecurity in some parts but we are queer nim pop what dey wo and there can police visibility. Of course, we may have 1 or 2 instances. Police nini timamufo na nam social. Look, most of the developed economies, especially in US, they be able police ni soldier ni and sorry police. On it civilian it happens. Look, you can have me kind are you be but a chanty. But now I can say almost every 5 hours it be and stab you be proud and almost every 48 hours. It will just a high security, no. Ghana the air better. Ghana intense sorry. And the security when you want, but when another came, you know what is done? A number of cars, number of police visibilities, motorbikes all around. Who do area be more? Cameras. And then there is CCTV. I thought I confirmed be granted you. And now you develop it on money. In fact, Nanado had this vision of incrementally developing Ghana to meet the international standard. Had it not been the COVID, Ninka say the policy in Ninka say Nanado are buying boni. So you deal with people. Tekwani we saw here and carry, but his security in Ghana today and security in the time that we took over. What we think as a media, we are making a young say police in Timina. I mean all those videos. Yakon Hosa National Health Insurance me when it's okay, you know. And then me abroad. Media many abroad ya dream. So police you but Anado is the type of person that when it comes to democracy, you can of grenadier, penasem grenadier number 1. Or say abroad you too politically exposed into one position in man.
And he's right. So.
Oh, now media Mr. Abroad right. Now the end they will show high level of mature leadership per year, but Mr. Media, and this is a common man. And when it comes, and this all boil down to security, meaning account, they are all the dimensions and wings. Because how do we control? Now politically, any confidence on who could win election, do get my point. So security under Nanado is still not perfect, but it's better.
Okay.
It's better. It's better.
What about health sector?
About health, oh, but you know, National Health Insurance had collapsed before him. The health services had come out say now we are back to cash and carry. So of course we still have arrears, but when we came we had billions of arrears. My National Health Insurance, I was the National Deputy Coordinator. I was the first person NDC sacked. That was I think February or March 2009. They asked me to resign. To me, the minimum system. No. They had left billions of CDs. Nanado came, cleared all of them, but of course, we also have arrears now. But it's now being more operational and functional, more effective and efficient than we took over. And yet, in fact, after post-COVID, you hear all the economic figures. They are coming within your hour. And the problem is two communication platforms. primary macro indicators na ni nyina say sunny but from kakra and one of the arguments we're having say in fact credit to the private sector the growth are rebounding and we're all debating say where primary macro indicators now they are not doing well even though they are improving they are still so bad say didn't say still banks 18 loans yeah. So my argument was one we say Nancy are passing new revenue generation bills miensano and no dan chair parliament and no dan chair and also IMF sikano most likely say ebeba but what you say and there were 3 types of banks in Ghana. Your banks are almost will be one no international banks almost do sika ko aban assets nu say to say the commercial bank but because one international banks a support fund in it no da so ede and your banks bia no muscles so nti ntimi enya aban ade ni bebre invest wa aban de bebre and I be no ADB ni other banks but it's a commercial bank did nti affect commercial banks so for all you know no international banks na who say send your profit ma pass bill no say the IMF airben send your name be yasesan e be by 3 months 4 months time no to 6 months in the company sabe nti say mo bi sika o wait my den so they are being very smart and I heard that replacement now read Jamaica there no I've read all those your GDX NDX near there we had that replacement no after new bonds on a year no starting increase market value started cost after omunya rate ni mo call from the san reverse after Jamaica timi international market and the san pejai that they couldn't have in place sustainability framework which I pray say MPB aban by no because one here you go back in the sabe NDX and even that replacement ni ade nyina no a sign of aban challenge with liquidity be reduce because it can say ko tua nansi wa kase no on tua de sa time eso tua twekwa akire nti aban wa hen ha nti omo sika kakra no they are taking advantage to invest means that they make out so these are all areas ama economy no and that language we no mean ka say NDC for any NDC for so onkrofo am boys ni bi I don't say Dr. Tufos is good fine but if you pick NDC as a unit or as a corporate body an organization sasi kasam hye nim die omunim kese ti say enkrofo no the amount do man ba mo na former president Mahama so abada sabe oba woni na trada de na be man na trada de na wo ka se Dr. Tufos
o ya de ma na wo ka se IMF sika no yensanka na time yensa beka kura some years to come no ne ade nye easy said
ane de de din kan no e bia na dwene say bills ne ye pass no unso mtwen so mo mpene
before then crowd
me but say na isi economy deals with projections
okay
if you can get it wrong or right too e bia no ya amanyesem I told you intellectual dishonesty
okay
me I'm trying to be very fair and honest. The third intellectual dishonesty we have a country that somebody can tell you say hey I'm a cry you can't go Idia Ghana or Ebema so we nima if you are free Puerto Rico and I say Uganda what would you be too name ka say okay we are the ba be university Kroma na me na be ba na first am catch him say a friend say me a friend na na ya ti me ka say nana no say what's the meaning of nana na me say nana me krom obi a nana no we chief or manage dispute you know dispute will be which is true but I say me yes how manage I feel big girl cry Jana no but nana talk to Alex nana I feel fans me nya fans the whole school we need lecture cry but I say now I'm postgraduate school business or be beginning time
okay
but I won because of sir disputing but what I'm saying is say obi oho I think I was being intellectually dishonest because they manage dispute. Just that the name Nana does that in my country, the correct Nana chips. So I told have known the truth, but for political capital, maybe Obekanesa, maybe an calculation a year, Nana data na ankasano. There were a lot of changes. The third what you have today in your projections, something can come in. We wanted to grew. Largely reduce a lot of things, maintain this. We have all those projections. Nobody knew said that risk factors, uncertainty was setting for Ghana to go back
from
challenges.
Your own point of view, in your one castle projections, so
if what is being put in place now, it immediately,
okay,
because now no, we are likely to get IMF this month or next month latest, and once the IMF comes in, revenue generation I have brought in, you have a kahona, you be revenue, or money be liquid kakra. And I also think the finance minister no, now who's in any pray, and now no, they are trying to deal with the leakages and the wastage in the system, because I thought that corruption the crime a buying said executive no, even public servants no. Ebia obi eso tia tax say when tia we akwa edi we enya easy man o man mu saw.
So how revenue generation me na hwe man for adwuma mo ye no msika sem a o balance ne sen.
They began no you operate the friend no negative effective tax rate. Or mine generally originally. You can negative effective tax rate. My understanding or my explanation is that sika are buying outlay or spend the answer a few I buy spend it me say just any figure 40 billion. What just can in ama if ye be more Ghana the fear ba could be a binyano. Taxes are buying general. What can you now boom nature me fear a source in sika buying spending. It ended be a running deficit.
Okay.
Unless BBC.
Okay.
And there's an outlier, a outlier. It be a normal trend. What you see be too. It's your problem with tax collection. About 32, now it's about 31 million. Sorry. Over the formal tax, direct tax, no, about 2 million per 2 million. And sana maybe indirect taxes near the agent so corruption, some leakages, Nissan Yamano, I mean contract inflation. Any be a woman collection now critical activity path no. In fact, it's one of the areas people more interested. Any can just see you taxes. We so bit make us say free be re-export and now say goods in transit. So on transit or whatever. Goods in transit, sorry. Also we the car vehicles Burkina Faso. Omaka ya true number come into taxes so to Ghana own tia. Odu kwaso anu offload into Ghanaian. Yenya na say one problem with us is that you kosu ya yasinti na aya aban no ina aban nyame na nani pa baby and anybody when make my baby until we have to in fact you start a small group you embassy and politics impo I started with very few people no be na be mo abeshim just a wow mu you who say we are convinced say society of renewed minds for national development into one baby a wuti bia so UK wo Ghana wo ye wa adwuma ankra adwuma aba adwuma make sure say you provide the needed productivity say adwuma 10 obeko 10.5 obeko 5 break your one obedi so obe honest we intro unye wi aban sika eni be so say obe save you wo de ko Ghana ko he ade ba kwa na me wonwa na me wo UK ha no na me save you Northwest NM say Barclays nipa be 20 within be 5 7 8 10 minutes no film Ghana nipa 7 operate about 40 minutes. Sometimes you don't understand it. Look at EPL, look at Ghana League Premier, compare common parameters of variables. Player attitude on the pitch here, never player attitude of Ghana. Officiate because officiate have problem new but never officiating video, pitch. Players even after 90 minutes how they play, the keepers compare one to the other. So it means that there's something fundamentally wrong. Apart from fundamental economic challenges, there are a lot of social dysfunctional factors. I was set country no so you're building your principle based on a new definition of our corporate focus. See, Antimi and yes, I no be as a son against on mine. No, you na build your head. Opa Yankofa former President Tony Blair. Ometra Africa. Ometra Ghana. The Kai 206 as a 205. I was in England here when Tony Blair person back Africa. No so man guy high issues. He made a statement. Medium visa one cannabis so bad to now here. Also the continent Africa has become a scar on the conscience of the globe. on the official no PTN or person. Why should we? And up to now, Nkrofo that's who blame colonial masters. Hey, after 60 years, 70 years, you are still blaming Obia. Only a party 60 years ago, so what no? Now, what do you know? So I am after it. You blame woman forever. And yes, I'm for money, my Yeni Ankasa. Was yes, sir, you should buy. Yemi. Me too, as I'm a trace, and me be a Jammy mine. Said the junior F. Kennedy Kayano. There be a man drinking, there be your mind by him, and then also your mine. Who you teach me? Can you cross away impact him? What you had the end and now you showed you a perfect classroom. We a doctor, what do you do? Now do I point to? Send us in Yesica, corruption there. Could be a hunting that's a high perfect. But at least they deliver, they do the right thing. Is that what we experience in our country? We are here, send the Udi Assembly. We are judge, send the Udi Assembly. Yeah, the choir master here as contractor, send a way no. And the engineer and Kayankina Muma. Hey, Opa Yanka former President Mahama and Nadu Metraso. Yankofa a ye, buried in when it will not work unless we begin to revolutionize our minds as a people. Nyanka say, I feel enough. It's enough of the AISL man. You see your timber be Odobi kakra. What happens with our immigration? What happens with our sex? What happens with the thing you what's the leader? Hey, the leader no sabi where are you? Where can't come Musa?
Dr. Sima.
What do you mean? Everybody should begin to change his mindset. Because any man be brewa and ananado. Obi obey honest be him say why you know why. Former President Mahama so you obey me. Late Rollins, former President Akufo mebre. Obi a you obey me. But see a mindset no answer sane amwa. Oman no will not go the way we want it. Ultimate sorry enko ensuo na tifi enko horo no. When you have a said we won't have a complaints are no na ensuo ni. It also as a saying because we them maybe about relationship and near Makona. It's on the right path. Sanko anye no ho a can you pay be wuo no can you be 2 infrastructure there. What could be na na do a lot. I mean yeah na da you obi o ye me nu na obetro say 9 bi. It's a fact. List no ho. Yam pick your near list. Yam pick former President Mahama list. Na mo amuntu nkrofo NDC for one MPP for her. Na mo nko follow mo nko baby a locations. Na mo say no kra na say nye no kra. So ultimate tell about free school fees we see free school yet. Because you can pay your child school fees. On my ben a bit may develop it without education for all. On my ben a bit may develop it without proper health system. On my ben a bit may develop it without industrialization. Yeah, the uncle be even said now the no crying ye payment make your issues kakra with 1D1F. But 7 is better than none. Yeah, you be bring yan can correct one dam one this and a dam no e be a cry could be ben where for and kaya be a kafun. Meaning they make advance into a proper concept about education, industrialization. Say they be a factory etc. You be nyam cross there. Okay, yes, I know roads. So that your factory now show raw materials about factory. And that's what me aye. Any additional system. Railway now say yes, I'm bread which is doing visibly, credibly, tangibly. You see that with evidence. A dear PM the yaka. Me class a much any Ghana they are much opa. Especially COVID by nyama boy and me nin tronchro. But a necram boy says so take a kakra and too remarkable. But now iron rods from some boy and coca. Cement and number from kakra, even though it's still very high, you can correct. So you see, that gradually, things are reversing. But we can do better when everybody begins to realize the fact that we built a country out of collectivism. We built a country with right frame of mind. We build a country when we begin to appreciate the fact that we are giving premium to social interests rather than individual parochial interests. And we also manage proper public information system. And your lies and the propaganda we do at them where can we the end of create say the again and crying yet they are going nation with you can't build a country like that. Now you need to say any assassin about the day Moja and an Mashogu am I and two me no breasum. Your time ask yourself. So I money we are Christoni Someone quite rate mamuni we can a neighbor. A dear na also yeah, we didn't throw because of MPP and NDC. How are you managing the position you have? Saying in Aya or Mano, we can build it, government will go, government will come, we can build it. But media the Americans say Ghana for penny here they are. For now, the best thing is MPP. And ebi ekura wo de o man ye nyina yasa ye nyina mpass ye mfa ne sa say 39 kura na 39 is higher than 29 between the two there obi o man mu bia nim say MPP ye complaining, but you cannot compare NDC's government to MPP. This is a fact. Obi ba kan di o wi ase nyina nya na da na ntro ne and obi ka so obi say obi no anya de obi kan nyina na bituma. Then can this car one premium? So national heavy. A projections, a programs. We have uncertainty. Obi can't say I want to be a reason. And then more class will make my 2 years. Maybe to miss him to me yet. Because my bahandi. And no one in Manchester, my brother, and home family. Maybe do our grandson in I could have stopped on the road and go back and slept because I wasn't feeling well. Probably I could have been rushed to hospital if I wasn't well. Anything a BSc railway crane ma nkame ma obe o tell Americans now me come Manchester me dey almost 6 hours because from Houston no normal rail no so man adwuma me change federal cry say a coach replacement etimi bi etimi si ema won hyehyɛ no you can't do it the way you wanted it etimi always we have projected or budget actuals and variation in life. The only person and the only factor timi ye bibia and the answer nyankopon opa check na Israelites and not was any gas on the go. You can say I'm say 4 days as I say only say 40 years. Oh na me wa 40 days that's only 40 years so the point I'm making is that Ghana there is an incremental growth, there is a progress, just that the progress is so slow because of one you can say leadership, yes, the attitude of the people, yes, global whatever, yes, but me can occur natural. Say MPP to me say nya akwanya esa transfer biem esa nya another 8 years come one oman no mu de mu na mu so oman bia abai ba ko transfer cho de ahwesi say me boa abai papa everything na oyi oman panyi ko for cry de na o kasenka ye nya 5 years ya ba ye nya sa ko fe ye nua no ya ba wo mu so no sabi agro no wo mu ni mu dikes politics wo mu da mamu de wo mu wo ma akro mu ka NBC ni a can on Kwan and radio TV. Some of them they know the truth. Say between Yenu, yes, at least second term of MPP, one say we are the high. It's winning film. Now, some way another 4 years. So that we can properly judge 8 years against 8 years. Now you'll be 4 years, be a say now that I can. I be a maybe a Misakoshi, Okada, any free school your father. Okada. Say maybe I'm a bar Okada gwango mosa waso ndo be man kora no wa pese otwimoto obi obe mo otwimoto obi so se da bi oba se ode sebe kwame mosi kwame asante ode de lali ni laye o ma mi to kube odobode o teacher o judge o doctor ai na adodan kwa akofo ado me ne mo kasei me ye mma bibia anko akwara bia be kosuku ampaso. A lot of the young men in our country today, whether the parents earn or not, whether the fathers are alive or not, whether they are bastard kids or not, they have access to education. Media kakra me catcher, you England, other parts in say Ghana, they are crying, they say they are higher DNA, minimum can say the doctors are going strike and they were young, I feel no more calling off and no more strike. So they never boy then and I could tell you, Martin Kings. Okay, man, one box to pay. Nothing case. Ghana don't me tell those. Eti said yes, I let you Ghana until you go for Cabebrino. Almost suma or we are show na Ghana there. There's by economic crisis, maybe I can't now what you order. And what egg the year. Now, there are a lot of opportunities. Except the one year papa are fathers who are in a cash. Because Ghana and they're broke autocracy. Opportunity conform with Ghana and who be millionaires. Risk so depending on the power be seen so anyhow you plan your business obviously be sit down maybe I see and then grand business can move so sit down you can plan when you are say come oh pepper sir ya draw what dan ya cost unim bo no foundation be cost say unya sika we no agi leave 2 weeks who credit card foundation no be grant 1 month to see dan who ko trust what papa ni foundation akase no about England was abebu adwuma unya sika wakodi 2 weeks why your lentil unya sika wakodi no awie wa de obi anu sika. It is just a matter of knowing the truth and the right channel. Ghana the ye when I'm catching up. Do I say Ghana?
That's it.
Now do I come to be man be I haven't one and I'm to be nice. It me say I want share the but there is hope. Nana adudan ko ekufuado ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o mama mu no menka se eye broso menka se mfunsuo ni ho nanso nhyehyɛ ne nhyehyɛ no ebi aban bi na nka ho a kenipa ebewu covid time kenya ne ye kan ewiase nyinaa o matimi manage covid ye nipa hu kese a ewiase ye bo se be Ghana aban abaso bi no nke bi enkesa
meda se ni di ede Dr. Abaawa obia anso jo so senka wan kasa o yare a nke nem senka am senka no
God bless all of you. Thank you so much.
Vibrant Dr. Abaawa
Yakupon mu Ghana for no ha no so mu ko mani na no we do immigration Indians ni ade nko a Ghana for no ya ade nkura ni bi so mesre mama yan to Indians mu tim maybe one na start say corporate partnership mu mpene ni ade enje British mu tim yo mu de eno Indians ni take over eto da oba na dem na so do culture na kakra
tete no
what the yes kakra say ne be nkura na di so ko Ghana for nkura mu ni made
ma me no ase na Nyankopon so nka ho deputy minister the Republic of Ghana na the Dr. Steve Amwa anyway oba kai ho nhia so for butrie mo wa brantie kama na no atie na onim nia oka ebusuafo me din ede ya Amofa boache said ye nyina ye nim no Abaawa radio na otie de free na your WhatsApp number no 0247838406 0247858406 na Skype nso ye Abaawa radio which me adwani akiri na fi enkomo wo ho no na yedi my ho kitu abi mra so na fi ye ne mpanimfo aka no emfa ento aso ye dan ye ho aba okay. I'm on no so akasa. Yeah. I'm on no so akasa. Good. Yeah, I will